Hi, my name's Mark and welcome back to our channel. Angelica can't be here today. She's out teaching her pilates class, so it's just going to be me. She wanted me to remind you to like and subscribe. This time we're going back to 2011, the SoCal Bajas' second crossing of the Mojave Road. Tally-ho! After fueling up at the AV gas station, we all made our way over to Beals Crossing on the Colorado River. This is the traditional start of the Mojave Road, and we stopped to pose for a few pictures. Then we continued on. We first went up to Fort Paiute, took that rocky road going up to Fort Paiute to check it out. After leaving Fort Paiute, we headed south on the Powerline Road, and one of Leatherneck's CVs grenaded, so we had to stop and repair that. From there, we continued up the Paiute Canyon and over into the Landfair area. For most of this crossing, I followed Sam Williams in his 1973 thing, so most of the video I have is of me chasing Sam. Eventually, we made our way to what we call the Watson Drop-Off, which is a steep descent down into Watson Wash. And it's always fun to stop and get out and videotape the cars as they come down the hill, just to watch the articulation and watch how the different cars perform. Next, we came to Rock Springs, where we attempted to recreate the cowboy photo that we did in the previous crossing. It's always kind of a fun thing to do, just to stand in the same place, or as close as we can get to the same place as where the original Mojave Road photo was taken back in the 1800s. Around the corner from Rock Springs is the Bert Smith cabin, or also known as the Rock Springs cabin. This cabin was built by Bert Smith in 1929. Bert was apparently a World War I veteran who was exposed to poisonous gas and had lung damage. He was told he didn't have long to live and he needed a drier climate, so he moved out to the Mojave, built this cabin, and ended up living another 25 years out in the desert before he passed. Next up, we stopped at the well and windmill known as Government Holes. And the legend of this place is that there were two ranchers that got in an argument and ended up shooting themselves. Both of them shot each other. Said to be one of the last gunfights in the West. Anyway, we got to explore the area. And it's always fun to see a working windmill in the middle of the desert. Seems so primitive. We got to see how Sam used a bungee cord to MacGyver a throttle return spring on his thing. Very creative. Then we looked around a bit more. That evening, we headed up to Carruthers Canyon to camp out for the evening. That's just an incredible sight. And while we were there, Leatherneck had to adjust his spring plates, I believe. All I remember is it was freezing cold, and just watching him work in those shorts was just amazing. Anyway, we had that great campsite and a nice campfire in the evening. During the night, Robert Sanchez and his two boys, Austin and TJ, had driven up. They towed their thing in Austin's Tacoma, I believe, and they arrived in the middle of the night and joined us from that point on. The next morning, we meandered down Macedonia Canyon, which is a really fun trail that always ends up at this train trestle, this little bridge we have to go under. And over the years, it kind of became a challenge to see, who could pack the most stuff on their roof racks and still make it under the trestles. And actually, there were a few years we didn't make it. Anyway, good times. From the train trestles, we headed on down to the Kelso train depot and had a little lunch break at the Beanery, I think is what they called the restaurant when it was in business. It's gone now. Okay, I'll admit this video clip here is a little bit out of sequence. This was from the prior day, but it's such a fun clip. This is one of the funnest stretches, I think, of the Mojave Road. It's in the Landfair Valley, and you get to cruise through all the Joshua trees and past the Penny Can and see the sights. Our next stop was at the Frog Shrine at the Mojave Mailbox, so we stopped and paid our respects. Then we headed on up to the Aiken Mine, the cinder cone mine workings. That got to explore that area. This was the place that the first year we didn't know that these upper levels existed. So it was kind of a big surprise to see all this equipment and to go check it out for the first time. We had a lot of fun there. So Austin found this old truck hood, threw it on the back of his Tacoma and took it up the hill, and tried to surf down this really steep embankment. He did reasonably well, as I recall. Anyway, good times. From there, we headed on down to the lava tubes, or lava tube, singular, and checked it out. Always fun. Never ceases to amaze me. I know. Way too much footage of the Joshua Tree slalom up there in Landfair Valley. But I just love this area so much. Can't get enough of it. Eventually, we made it up to the Branigan Mine, where we spent our second night at this amazing campsite. The Branigan Mine is one of the adopted cabins, and it's one of our favorite places to stay when we do the Mojave Road. The tradition is there's an American flag in the cabin, and if you're going to spend the night there, you raise the flag to let other travelers know that the cabin itself is occupied. So there have been a few times, several times in fact, where the cabin was occupied and we'd had to make other arrangements. But this particular night, we got lucky. The next day was to be our final day, our last day on the trip, and we head down to Soda Dry Lake, and we're cruising across the lake bed. And it's always a blast, it's a good time. Now, why do I have a picture of Mono here? Who took the picture? I took the picture. I'm riding with Mono. Why am I riding with Mono? Well, here I am trying to catch up to Sam, going through these little dips, and right here, bam, I break a rear trailing arm. So we had to find a place to park it, and later I had to come out with my brother-in-law and retrieve it. Bummer. So that was our Mojave Road trip 2011. Here's our obligatory group shot taken at the Kelo Depot. Hey, as always, please like this video and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. Thanks.